Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of voice of radio. So today we've got a new Pokémon TCG Pocket set to be talking about. It's a double set. It is Wisdom of Sea and Sky. We got a double set here, as Pocket tends to be, which is to say one is Ho-Oh and one is Lugia. Cool. And I must apologise, I'm slightly late on this than normal because I was literally travelling when they revealed this. I'm not happy about it, but there's nothing I can do about it. Now, it is due for release on July the 30th. That is in just a few days' time. That is Wednesday. So, what are the big Pokemon coming along? Well, Ho-Oh and Lugia, innit? We got a Ho-Oh and a Lugia. Now, the Lugia here, very enticing. 150 HP. Which is humongous for a basic, and you do 180 damage. 180 damage is absolutely huge. It is one of those attacks that will KO Pokemon that other attacks just won't. What is the downside? Well, it's a fire and a water and a lightning, and you have to discard one of each. Now, it's slightly different to discarding all of them. It means you can, in theory, stack 2 fire, 2 water, 2 lightning, use the attack, discard one of each, and it's still ready to use next turn. This seems like a trap to me. Happy to be proven wrong, of course, but this seems like a trap to me. This seems like the kind of attack where it seems wonderful, and in a way it is, but in another very real way, it's just really expensive, and it's 3 different kinds of energy. And look, if you really want here, you can start playing around a little bit. Use Manaphy to get the water energy, for instance. But at this stage, it is just starting to look a little bit too awkward, and I'm sorry. But Ho-Oh comes along here with a very enticing proposition. 3 colourless energy, take a fire and a water and a lightning from your energy zone and attach them to your benched basic Pokemon in any way that you like. So essentially this is how we're potentially looking to get Lugia rolling. We want to be playing both of them. Ho-Oh comes along, colourless energy, all 3 energy colourless, use whatever you like, but then you can start building up, and it doesn't have to be a Lugia. It could be anything. But obviously, you're kind of looking towards Lugia here. And the point is, Ho-Oh's going to do enough to KO evolving Pokemon, basics or stage 1s, and support Pokemon. But Ho-Oh is going to struggle massively when you're trying to take out those big stage 2s, your EXs and all of that. That's where Lugia comes in. So I'm not saying this is definitely going to work. But I am saying that there is a genuine chance this will work. Get Ho-Oh going as fast as possible, and then you're rolling. Now, there were a couple of other EXs that were shown off, and Pokemon were back to doing what they tend to do here, showing off these Pokemon in the trailer, so I'm having to take awkward screenshots, but then not putting nice clear scans in the press release, boo, hiss, etc. We've got Umbreon and Espeon, and they are a pair of Pokemon, and they do have a lot of similarities. They are both stage 1 that evolved from Eevee and have 140 HP, and of course we've just had the Eevee set, so we've got a lot of other things to play around with here. They've both got an attack for 2 coloured energy that does 80 damage, which is fine, but then we've got the ability. Once during your turn for Umbreon, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may switch in one of your opponent's bench Pokemon that has damage on it to the active spot. It's Cyrus. It's literally Cyrus as an ability. Now, for me personally, Cyrus is one of my favourite cards in Pokemon Pocket. I play this in a lot of decks, and the reason is there's an awful lot of situations where either I can hit the bench, yay, or even if I'm not hitting the bench, I'm doing a bit of damage, and then my opponent's getting away from it, and oh, that's really annoying. But now I can just use this to bring them back into the active, and jobs are good 'un. Love it. Absolutely love it. Now you're telling me I can have that as an ability on a Pokemon, so I don't need to draw into it? And I don't need to have to worry about only being able to use it once or twice a game. I can use it every turn, and I don't need to worry about drawing into it. Yes, that sounds awesome. Once again, we're still shying away, as Pocket tends to do, we're still shying away from being able to gust any Pokemon we like, but this is still pretty sweet. As for Espeon here, once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, heal 30 from one of your Pokemon. I appreciate the low retreat cost of 1, and 30 healing is clearly very good. I do worry that this just isn't quite as good. Like, Umbreon can drag a damaged Pokemon active and hit it for 80, which is going to KO a lot of stuff. Espeon heals 30 and hits for 80. I think Umbreon's potentially busted. I think Espeon's fine, but I don't like it nearly as much as I like Umbreon. Also, gotta point out here, because these are evolutions, they will actually evolve from the same Pokemon as Sylveon EX, which draws 2 cards on evolution, and frankly is one of the best cards in Pokémon TCG Pocket. So yeah, bear that one in mind, would ya? Now, no other EXs were revealed, but there was a very interesting single-point Pokemon, and that is Gyarados. Yes, again, we didn't get a clear look at it, I'm sorry, but we saw enough to know it's good. Now, it does evolve from Magikarp, and Magikarp's always super weak, but 130 HP stage 1, and 2 energy, 20 damage, discard any number of your bench water Pokemon, and it does 40 more for each bench Pokemon you discarded in this way. So play a bunch of basic water Pokemon. Like, if you can discard 3 bench Pokemon here, you're doing 140 damage. That's ridiculous. And if you only need to do 60 or 100, then only discard 1 or 2. But yeah, this one's got a lot of potential. Evolving from Magikarp is super awkward. There are things that can donk it, KO it before you even get a chance to evolve, which is obviously not ideal. And it's 2 energy, not 1, and you've got to keep refilling your bench, but 140 on a single prize Pokemon, not to be sniffed at. But hey, if that wasn't good enough, baby Pokemon are back. We've seen the lovely alternate art of Pichu here. Now, it looks like it's chilling with a Ducklet, but I want to say that's a Ducklet toy. I could be wrong. It might be a real Ducklet. Pretty sure the mouse holder toys, though. And to be fair, so is the Lunatoad. So you would think the Ducklet's a toy. That's not what's important. No weakness, no retreat cost, but only 30 HP, and there's a lot of Pokemon around that can do 30 for 1 energy. No energy. Take a lightning energy from your energy zone and attach it to one of your bench basic Pokemon. Side note, this would work with Lugia, but you're basically giving up a point to use this. Hopefully you can use it twice, but this is not lasting long. Pocket's got too many Pokemon that are seeing play that can just hit for 30 too easily here. This worries me, but I really like the attack for free. And we've also seen Cleffa here. Again, 30 HP, terribly weak. Again, no weakness, no retreat. And again, an attack for 0 energy. Put a random Pokemon from your deck into your hand. That's actually really powerful. For getting rolling and getting up and going, I really like the pair of these. They are both Pokemon with great setup attacks, but they're also sitting here with 30 HP and going to give up a prize or a point. You have been warned. We also saw the old art of Togepi, not a baby Pokemon. It's got 60 HP and single energy. They do 20 less next damage. Don't worry about it too much. Look at the art. The art's amazing. Know there is a Togekiss coming. They did also show us the first partner Pokemon from Johto here. Totodile, single energy 20 on a 60 HP basic. Cyndaquil, single energy 20 on a 60 HP basic. Chikorita, single energy 20 on a 60 HP basic. They're the same cards. They're all the same. Again, we don't learn much from this other than the evolutions are coming. So sit tight. Wait for them. It's going to be fun. The other thing that was shown off was a smattering of trainer cards. We've got Lyra. Lets you switch your active that is damaged with one of your bench. A free switch from any retreat cost, which is something we don't have in Pocket, but only if you're damaged. Silver says your opponent reveals their hand and you choose a supporter card you find there, shuffle it into their deck. Can be good, but you're also using your supporter just to try and counter their supporter that they might not have. You need to have some realistic worry they've got something like a Cyrus to even make this worth it. I'm not a fan of this card personally. We got Rescue Scarf, which I do like. It's a new Pokemon tool, and if the Pokemon it's attached to is knocked out by damage from an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, it goes to your hand rather than the discard. Only works if it's knocked out by damage, but so you can get around it by dropping damage counters or whatever. But still, that's going to be very good for reusing Pokemon. And then Elemental Switch moves a Fire, Water, or Lightning from one of your bench to your active. It's weird that in the regular TCG, a staple card is just a trainer card that moves any basic energy. Here, it's only these three. Again, it works with Lugia, and it's kind of fun. You'll notice, of course, we've got a big Gen 2 lean in this set. And frankly, there's a lot I'm loving. We've got the Gen 2 evolutions that look good. We've got the Gen 2 box legendaries. We've got the first partner Pokemon. We've got babies. We've got a whole bunch. And we only have to wait until Wednesday to see it. So tell me what you think about this in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And please do remember that with the new YouTube algorithm, likes and comments mean a lot more than they did before. So please drop a like and a comment down below. I would be delighted. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.